too much. There is a lot money on the table. It is 10,000 bucks in total on this server region. The first prize is 5k plus the entry to the VIPL, where last time Gangsters came back, or recently came back as a winner, and they took home something 63,000 US dollar or something like that. Yeah, it was, I think, 80 million the currency over there.
Wait, no. What's the currency called?
I don't know. I can't remember, but it equals something like 60-ish. I'm pretty sure, not 100%, if someone has it correctly.
Obviously, we do have like the master of informations right with us in the Skype call. If
yeah.
If he wants to talk to us.
Valdez, welcome.
Yes, I'm here.
How's it going?
Nice to see you guys. I had my mic muted, but
no worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
The first place I think was 40k.
Oh,
40,000
yeah, okay.
US dollars,
That's
or at
fine.
least it was 40 million.
Okay, yeah, right.
Roughly 40k.
That's good.
So,
that's really solid. I mean, for a
big chunk of money.
For a MOBA on touch, for a very special niche, I think that is a super attractive prize pool, and this is going to be extended, and not only in VIPL but also in VGL, and all together the prize pool is stacking up from time to time, and this of course is very attractive also for other esport organizations to enter, not only recently gamers, to winning Europe and the whole thing. Let's jump into the match, and this is the draft and the ban here. We see Nemesis with the ban Scarf, Von with the ban Taka, and the full roster is Vox, Arden, Glaive on the side from Nemesis, the so-called gangster killer, and Von is playing Catherine, Celeste, and Jewel. Looking pretty solid on both sides, and we are just about to start this matchup. Everyone is in here, and once we are in, we are going to throw it over to the two casters here with us, Tasty Bacon and Valdez. See you in just a second.
Shatter the Vain, a podcast about vainglory.
Welcome back to the Halcyon Fold. I am Valdez. Joined with me once again is Mr. Tasty Bacon. And we have a huge match coming your guys' way for the semifinals here. Of course, Nemesis defeating the other Gangstars team. And Vaughn, who was able to get through the Sillies, who was the 5th seed. So two very great teams going head-to-head right here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people were thinking that we might have had two Gangstars teams in the VIPL because Gangstars Cerberus was one of the big favorites coming into this tournament, but Nemesis able to take them down and earn their way into the semifinals here against Vaughn. Like you said, 20th seed for Vaughn, looking to be another upset for them. I mean, every game pretty much since, the round of 16 is pretty much an upset for Vaughn because they are the lower seed, but the closer and closer they get to these finals, the bigger and bigger it becomes. I mean, we had the number 12 seed in Europe win the overall tournament. We could see a 20th seed. I mean, we saw how well Vaughn played yesterday in the quarterfinals. If they play like that, they could very well end up as the North American champions.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There are, of course, a lot of other very strong teams that they may have to go through if they do defeat Nemesis. On the other side of the bracket, we do have Legacy, Reborn, and Ardent Alliance, who are the 2nd and 3rd seeds respectively. So definitely, it's been a long run for them so far, and I really do enjoy their play. They did just barely make it here to the semifinals with the 2-1 victory over the Sillies. So let's see what they can get done here. But going into the game, it does seem like Arden actually has disconnected, seeing how he is level 1 and is standing in the corner of the jungle by himself. Not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, he was having some issues during the loading screen as well, so hopefully it's something that can be sorted out. But we are just gonna have to continue on for now. It's clearly not a server issue. We are actually going to get the pause here from the guys in Germany to give him a minute to reconnect.
Yeah, just bring in the pause here from Lost by Toff, or for Lost by Toff. So hopefully everything is fine and we can get in touch with those players ASAP. Checking on the several chat apps available where most of the players are actually available. So let's see. As soon as we have some news, of course, that is a situation no one wants to play in, neither the team itself nor we as VGL always want to see or want to provide here good fights. So Lost by Toff having the disconnect, and just checking here, so we got some information hopefully from Hardek, since he is just in touch with me.
Okay, it seems like that Lost by Toff got a DC and that both teams are aware of the fact, so we are working on that in the background and we'll keep you guys updated on that topic. Yeah, meanwhile we could probably jump back to us so you guys are not stuck on this screen, and then we are going to throw it back to our casters as soon we do know more. Apparently there are some connection issues going around. It is, just to say that once again, not server cause issues, since we are running extra for stuff like this on a dedicated tournament server where in NA currently only 6 players are playing, so it is totally probably an issue on his side.
We are good to go.
Are we good to go?
Yeah, I have the
Alrighty.
backup
Nice.
from Hardek. He says everything is good to go, and it was a connection issue from the side of Lost by Toff. So there we see him moving again, and hopefully everything is fine. Hardek here, having the fight once again. Bring it over to the guys Valdez and Tasty Bacon.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to be able to get this kill here actually onto Hardic. They're going to jump in, and they will get the kill with that rocket leap. Just nicely done there by the Jewel.
Yeah, good job juggling the turret aggro as well. Phoenix tanking up almost all of the shots and able to get out before going down. So good job there by the side of Vaughn, able to pick up the first blood. It's a little unfortunate for Nemesis, but as the VGL rules do state, each player is responsible for their own connection. So we were able to get the pause in, so it wasn't completely devastating of a disconnect for them, but it will be something they're going to have to play around now, as they do take a small gold deficit, only 500 gold, so it's definitely not the end of the world, but they're going to go in once again looking for Hardek.
Yep, they're looking for that kill, and now Toff is getting very low here and will go down. A nice group up while the Vox was out of the way here, so Vaughn definitely taking advantage of their early lead, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is going to be Lost by Toph having some trouble here on this Arden. The level deficit is going to hurt, although he is only 1 level behind Phoenix, so it's not that big of a difference. As mining does now begin, we do see Celeste going to be over on the side with the Glaive, trying to make something happen. Glaive is going to go down. So that is Von E making the catch of the aggressive invasion attempt by Hardek.
Yeah, we see that very often from Glaives these days, especially after we saw, I think it was Call the Meek do it in VIPL. I'm not sure if he started it or if it was just a common thing, but usually you can afterburn over the wall into the enemy's base to get away, so you can aggressively jungle if they do go into your jungle. But unfortunately, maybe it wasn't up, maybe he was just too far away, didn't have that opportunity, and he was able to go down. Looks like Vaughn is going to try to take this gold mine here, and there is absolutely no vision, and didn't seem like they had any ideas, so decent gold payout, 113 gold to each member of Team Vaughn.
Yep, and now they're gonna find Hardek just trying to clear out his own jungle. The Rocket Leap is going to knock him back, doesn't quite connect with the stun. That may actually just save them. And Hardek immediately trying to make the move into the enemy jungle, but he was seen going this way thanks to some vision. He's gonna once again try and, I think, pick up, no, knowing that Phoenix is following him, he's going to be in a bad situation here as Von C is coming around the corner as well. This should be a 4th kill of the game, and it will be. This one going over to Phoenix.
Kind of interesting that time, just watching him run the whole way. I believe his afterburn was up at that time, and
Yep,
he definitely he could have gone for that little trick, but I guess just doesn't know about it or didn't feel like the opportunity was there. Either way, Vaughn gonna continue with their lead here. You could see in the lane though that Vox Coeds is doing a fantastic job of keeping his farm ahead of Celeste by up to 12. In the meantime, we actually do have Lost by Toph getting caught once again. Another nice invade. Celeste and, or rather, Catherine and Jewel can, once they hit a decent level, they can have some pretty strong invades. And oh boy, a really nice snipe there with the big red button as well.
Yeah, nice job picking up that kill. That is unbeatable for Von C on this Jewel. 4-0-1. And again, Hardek going for this aggressive farm, and it's not going to work out. I think he did get at least one of those minions, but he's going to pay for it with his life, almost certainly. The afterburn is going to be used there to get over the wall, so nice job. Will actually get to safety, and of course there's no Solar Storm from Celeste because it is on cooldown for another minute or so. So Hardek that time making the aggressive move pay off, but it's not looking terribly good for Nemesis as they are going to be taking a ton of damage here in the lane. Von E with another kill on 2 Coeds.
Yeah, and that was Vox just being a bit aggressive there, thinking he could dodge the Heliogenesis. And now once again, Von C and Phoenix are going to be very aggressive here into the backside of the Nemesis jungle. But look at this, Von E is going to be caught out. Afterburn is going to hit him into the turret, but he loses turret aggro. Arctic is going deep though, he wants that kill.
He's not going to pick it up though, and instead it's going to be 2 kills picked up. Coeds trying to get kill on the Von C. The ultimate comes out of Phoenix, but it's not enough to save Von C. Von C will finally go down. 5-1-2 on this Jewel though. 3-0-3 for Von E on the Celeste. This Solar Storm doesn't quite connect. Tried to get that long range snipe, but Coeds was didn't even, I don't even think he saw it coming, but just happened to be in the right position to not get clipped by it. 9-1 in favor of Vaughn. A almost 2,000 gold lead being built up here in the early stages.
Yeah, Vaughn definitely with the early lead here, but definitely not out of the game just yet is Nemesis. You got to keep in mind, they are the team that defeated the Skankstars team from NA, so definitely have the ability to come back from behind. I would not be surprised. I myself didn't get to catch that game. It was, extremely late at night here in Korea when that was going on. I was actually asleep, but I assume they were great games. We have another fight going on here. Core Collapse is going to miss, but the Rocket Leap is going to hit, and Glaive will go down here. Big red button is going to be procced. Coed's desperately trying to run away here. Heliogenesis coming down. Is he able to pick up that kill, though? Doesn't look like it for now.
Yeah, the Fountain of Renewal coming out from Catherine there, able to keep Von C alive just barely. but a great job by Vaughn here, playing with this advantage and just growing this lead. Of course, for the viewers, we do have the Kraken bot in chat, which does mean you collect glory points just by viewing the stream. You don't have to sign into anything other than your Twitch account, and you don't have to sign up for anything extra. No fancy things you have to do. You just get glory points for watching, and you can then bet those glory points before each game. You can place a bet on which team you think is going to win, and we will then pull those numbers. We have on this game 73% of the viewers think that Nemesis is going to win, 27% for Vaughn. I think that's going to be changing pretty drastically after this game.
That could be. We do have another fight going down. Vox getting extremely low. Got, I think it may have been even a crit there by the B of Jewel, doing like 350 damage to Vox, chunking him this early on for a ton of damage. So very early on in that fight, he wasn't able to do much, but fortunately none of them die. And now it does look like Glaive wants to go very aggressive into the enemy jungle once again, using that afterburn to get over the wall and looking for some farm, but there is none.
Yeah, that Thunder Strike from Jewel is overdriven, so it can crit. And just to go back to the... Actually, gonna have to hold off because Hardek, again, going for this aggressive play, going to get knocked back with the Rocket Leap, and is very likely going to fall here. It's just a matter of who's going to get the kill. It does get handed over to Von C on this Jewel. Now up to 6-1-3. Going back to the Kraken bot and the glory points betting. The glory points, it is just for fun. There is no use to them just yet, but it's still, a lot of people do enjoy having the opportunity to do those betting. Of course, the betting does close once we are in the loading screen, loading onto the Halcyon Fold. So you can't change your bet halfway through a game, as Lost Boy Toph is going to be taken down, and Vaughn is just really imposing their will on the team of Nemesis right now.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of just securing that lead. They've already gotten one gold mine secured for 300, and it's already at about half. Hardik getting caught here once again, did not have vision of the bush. They're going to miss both ultimates, as Coeds and Hardik are essentially both playing dodgeball against this composition right now.
Yeah, quite literally, as the turret does go down. First turret of the game being picked up at 12 minutes, and Vaughn extends that lead up to 3,000 gold now, and they are not showing any signs of slowing down. They've just been constantly aggressive, making plays in both the lane and the jungle, and not only looking for aggressive plays in the Nemesis jungle, but also making really good defensive plays in their own jungle, as Hardek is just, he's doing what you're supposed to do. When your jungle gets invaded, you are supposed to, one of the best plays you can do is go into the enemy jungle and try and farm there. But Vaughn is just doing such a good job of recognizing that and collapsing on him and punishing him for that move. He's sitting at 0-6 on this Glaive, not having a very good game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was from some of the games yesterday, or maybe it was from some of the EU games. I was catching a little bit of you guys casting that, but I remember Ataka, who's, essentially doing the same thing, just continuously running into the backs of the enemy jungle, trying to get some farm desperately, but just dying over and over and over again. We are going to have a little team fight breaking out here. A fantastic afterburn into Gauntlet. Celeste gets super low, but just will not die. The Fountain of Renewal keeping her alive, as well as that Eva Harvest sustain here. And now she's going for the big kill onto Arden, but getting extremely low here. They will pick up Vox as well at the end of this, and that's going to be a 2-for-0 trade.
2-for-0, which is going to lead into another turret. The gold mine about to pay out as well. This is going to be a big, almost 2,000 gold pickup here for Vaughn, as once that the gold mine pays out, you can see a now 6,000 gold lead. It is just inflating consistently by the minute. Really not a whole lot that Nemesis is going to be able to do in this game. Kraken spawns in a minute, and their base is almost vulnerable. And with the team composition that is set up here from Vaughn, they're going to be able to take this Kraken and probably just completely push in all the way into through those crystal turrets. So we'll have to see how they do play it out. They're starting to capture the minion mines, really setting themselves up for a big push into the base.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like, we saw that team fight go down there, and it was about as good as they could have gotten it, outside of having that gauntlet maybe trap 1 or 2 members and have the other 2 trapped outside so they couldn't really engage. But, you know, we saw the Afterburn getting, I'm not sure exactly who they got, maybe Celeste, and the gauntlet trapping most of them. But Vox right now is just not farmed enough for him to do that big burst damage, so he wasn't able to burst anyone down. They survived for long enough to get their sustain online, use that Fountain of Renewal, you know, use the Eva Harvest. She's got 2 of them now on that Celeste, and I think Nemesis essentially just has to wait for even later on in this game, which is kind of funny to say because Jewel and Celeste are already really farmed up. But if they can delay it for another 5, you know, even 7 minutes, I think they'll be in a better spot here in terms of fighting. Get, you know, maybe 3 or 4 items of their own online.
Yeah, that may be a task easier said than done, as they are once again going in. Hardek taking so much damage. A great rocket leap is going to stun Lost Boy Toph. And there's the big red button. Not really hitting too many players, but it did do a solid chunk of that turret's health. They're going to just push in, take that turret down without even having minions. And now they should be able to just go and look to pick up the Kraken without having any of the 3 lane turrets remaining. Kraken is absolutely devastating inside of the base, and they also just don't even really have a great Kraken killing team on the side of Nemesis. So this is going to be very, very dangerous as they do start this one up, and it's going down so quickly.
Yep, you get a Jewel here on a target that's not going to be moving, as well as the Celeste, and you can kill the Kraken in about 7 minutes. They are going to unleash that Kraken now, and here comes the push. They're going to get the buff there from the Kraken, get full health and energy, and I don't know, kind of a desperate situation at this point for Nemesis. They're going to have to put on the, you know, miraculous hold here.
Yeah, we were seeing hits of 300 to 400 damage being dropped onto Kraken. Hardek going in with the Afterburn, but just not really doing much else. The Fountain of Renewal is going to keep him alive a little bit longer, but here comes the damage from both Celeste and Jewel. And actually, the fight is taking quite some time. No one's going down. The health bars from Vaughn are getting pretty low, but here comes the Kraken. However, I mean, Nemesis, they're just able to walk onto their base to start healing up. Vaughn does not have that luxury. There's another Afterburn going in onto the Celeste. They pick up 1 kill. They've got the Jewel. They stun the Celeste, but they aren't able to follow it up. Although huge damage coming out of the co-eds, they're just going to turn their attention on the Kraken, and Nemesis may have just stalled this game out.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic hold out of Nemesis. That was really impressive. Just their ability to stay alive. None of the 3 of them went down. Glaive went really deep, got stunned by the Catherine into Jewel, into he got hit by the core collapse as well, but he just never died somehow. Arden was on top of his game, keeping him alive, and then Vox was in the back, just able to line up everything, got them pretty low, and from there, as you mentioned before, just go back to your base, heal up a bit, and come back. And that Vox ultimate on this patch is still pretty low, and so they can just go ahead and go for that as well. And they do get the big hold, and they're going to stay in this game.
Yeah, still down by about 6k gold, though, so it's far from a completed comeback here. But the later this game goes, the more important making defenses like that could be. As here's another fight going on. Hardek is getting taken down so low, but so is Coeds, and that's going to be the first kill. This could be the beginning of the end. Lost Boy Toph gonna fall. A big red button going down onto Hardek, who will just barely survive. Lost Boy Toph not quite so lucky, and it is going to be the Celeste, or the Catherine, chasing down the Glaive all the way into the base. They have minions pushing with them now. They may look to finish this. They have 15 seconds.
Yeah, they might be able to do this. This one turret is very low. They do kill it. Hardek's coming out here. They're going to link up all 3 stuns, and Glaive cannot do anything. And now they get that last turret, and that is going to be the Vayne Crystal going down in game number 1, going to Vaughn.
Congratulations to Vaughn there, picking up the first victory in this best-of-3 match semifinals, looking to punch their ticket to the finals from seed number 20. They just looked so incredibly strong from really within the first couple minutes, absolutely taking over the game. And we're going to go ahead and pass it back to the guys in Germany to get us set up for game number 2.